Hey everybody, it's Greg and it's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Tuesday, April the 2nd. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Oh my God, so much is happening. I'm telling you, I'm going to give those Phillies a talking to today. We're going to talk about what's wrong with the Phillies, and we'll talk about some possible solutions to help them. But before we do that, I got a couple other things I want to talk. Um, over Easter, they made a big thing about how the Trump was, he's the chosen one. He's the second coming. You remember last week he was selling Bibles, trying to hawk Bibles, and as I, as I said, I half expected the truck to burst into flames there. But one of these really stupid things I saw over the weekend was they had this image. It was AI generated, of Trump in church, kneeling down in a pew with his hands folded. Really, let me do this again. Just like really, his head down. Katie, hey, Katie girl, hey, yeah, there she goes with his hand. And he's really praying really hard, which is good if it was true, but it's not. In fact, Trump didn't even go to church on Easter. Is that a surprise? But here's the thing. So the Trump's people are sending this all around. Trump in church praying really hard. Like, oh, this guy, he is really the second coming. Oh my God, he's destined to be. Guess what? If somebody would have checked the picture on his right hand, he has 6 fingers. 6 fingers. He's like he's like an alien or something like that. He's like, do you remember that old Twilight Zone episode? Will the Real Martian stand? That was one of my favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone. And it's this Martian who's in the diner, and it's snowing outside, and they have all these people in the diner, maybe like 10, 12 people, and one of them is a Martian, but they don't know who, because a spacecraft landed near the diner, crash landed. And anyway, and eventually the Martian is revealed, and the Martian ends up having like 3 hands and 6 fingers. That's what it reminded me of. So instead of Trump reminding me of this holy guy, he reminded me of a Martian. Here's the thing. If Trump is really this religious guy, why doesn't he be elected for the next pope? Why does he run for president? Just wait until the time is right and you can run for pope then. Jeez. Such a phony. They showed this thing where he's supposedly somewhere where they're saying the Our Father and the Lord's Prayer. And I would think most people know the Lord's Prayer. And he's there with his eyes closed, swaying back and forth, doesn't know the Lord's Prayer. I mean, come on, you got to know the Lord's Prayer. Stop it already. Oh, good. What a phony. All right, that's enough. Katie's back in. Enough political talk. We got other fish to fry today, so to speak. You know what? I turned on my Phillies last night. Wanted to watch the Phillies game because I thought, there she is. Hello, Katie. Now what? She will come and back me and try to pull my shoulder. Watch this, guys. She is so cute. Watch, she'll eventually try to beat her. Anyway, while she's thinking about it, so I wanted to watch the Phillies. Same thing happened on Saturday. Turned Comcast on, or Sportsnet, the broadcast is in Spanish. Now, I took Spanish in college. I took a couple years of Spanish in college. I had Spanish in high school. Of course, that was back in the Stone Age, but I can't understand it. So what I did was I tried to sync it to the radio, you know, Scott Fransky and Larry Anderson. It didn't work. I know there's a way to do it. So I just eventually turned the sound down and I did the play-by-play myself, to myself. I was like, oh, there's a ground ball to Trey Turner. Oh, he booted it. He didn't really boot it. He made the play, but I'm just so used to Trey Turner booting ground ball and I did it. But I did this play-by-play like throughout the whole game to myself, and I'm like, oh, and it's really hard. I give Tom McCarthy, hello there, Kitty, and Scott Fransky a lot of credit because it's really, really hard to do. And there's a fly ball, and he caught it. No, he didn't catch it. Yes, he caught it. Anyway, so I got to figure out a way. It's the only time I get Spanish on my TV is watching the Phillies. Honestly, I had the Sixers on the other night, no Spanish. I don't know what it is. The commercials are in English. Everything else, as soon as the game ended, and they went to the pregame show with Ricky Patalka and Michael Barkan, and I was going to say Matt Davis, Ben Davis. That's English. The only part of the broadcast that is Spanish is the actual game. I didn't turn the switch to SAP. I didn't do that. So I think it's the TV broadcast. I'm going to try to find their email and send them an email today and say, nothing against Spanish, but I want my English. All right, so here's the deal about the Phillies. I guess you noticed that Katie's listening to the broadcast out there. Katie, isn't it great? Are you having fun listening to the show? Oh, it sucks. It sucks. All right, that's enough. Phillies, what the hell? You can see I'm wearing a neutral thing today. I'm wearing my Westchester University Golden Rams sweatshirt and my Westchester Golden Rams hat. I figure that's neutral. I'm not wearing Phillies gear today. I'm down on the Phillies, and here's why. Well, you know what? The Phillies are 1-3. Okay, they lose a game to Cincinnati yesterday in 10 innings. They bring this Connor Brogdon guy in to start the 10th, and of course, he ends up walking a few people, gives up a grand slam. What else? And the Phillies are behind 6-2. It was 2-2 going into the 10th inning. They end up losing 6-3, and they're 1-3 on the year. Cincinnati is a good team, good young team, but there's no reason the Phillies lost that game. They were up 2-0. Christopher Sanchez was cruising. Yeah, he had a little trouble when he came to what, 6th inning. First of all, the bullpen stinks. Okay, let's get that out there. The bullpen sucks. I don't care. Jose Alvarado, yeah, he's looking a little better now. Jeff Hoffman's okay. He's no Mariano Rivera, but he's okay. Dave Dombrowski, I like Dave Dombrowski. He's done a good job since he's been GM of the Phillies. He did absolutely nothing to help this bullpen during the offseason. He could have gotten Hector the Protector Neris back with the team, and that would have helped. I would have rather seen Hector Neris pitch the 8th inning than see somebody like Connor Brogdon in the game, right? Why are you bringing Connor Brogdon in the game? You had Gregory Soto there, who you traded Matt Vierling to get. You've got other options there. If you say, well, I can't use them, you got to be careful. That's what Thompson says. You can't overuse these guys early in the season, even though the games in April are just as important as the games in September. Can't overuse them. God forbid they pitch 2 days in a row. Wrap them in bubble wrap, encase them somewhere, and don't use them. Okay. Well, whose fault is that? If you overuse these guys, that's your fault. The way you use your bullpen, you box yourself in so that you have to use a stiff like Connor Brogdon. Goodbye, Connor Brogdon. I hope today they farm his ass out of here. The thing is, Connor Brogdon doesn't have any options left, so they really can't send him back to Lehigh Valley. They either have to cut bait with him or keep him. If they keep him, they need to use him only in blowout situations when the Phillies are either way ahead or they're way behind. That's the only time you can use Connor Brogdon anymore. I don't trust him. He even said after the game, he's lost something. He's trying to think about every move in his delivery. He's thinking too much. He needs to go back down. Maybe cut him. Who the hell's going to pick him up, right? On waivers? Nobody. So he's probably going to end up back in Lehigh Valley anyway. So, he needs to go down and he needs to get his act together. Not that he was this great pitcher anyway before, I mean, maybe Connor Brogdon is what he is, right? A mediocre pitcher. And that's why I say it's hard for me to believe that a guy like Dave Dombrowski just did nothing to improve his bullpen over the offseason. Nothing. And it's not just Connor Brogdon. You have other guys there, who are, other than the main guys, Alvarado, Hoffman, Kirkering, I know he's coming back off of an injury. You could have done something to improve the bullpen. Here's the problem with the Phillies, okay? Bullpen, yes, it stinks. The manager stinks. Let's just be honest. He is starting the season, he sucks. I don't know what has happened to Rob Thompson. He's reverting back. He's morphing into this Joe Girardi guy, with everything's analytics and I'm afraid to use them. Don't use them. You got to be careful. The refreshing thing about Rob Thompson was when he took over from Joe Girardi, it was like a breath of fresh air because Rob Thompson started playing the kids. That's when Bryson Stott started playing more often out of right? So I give Rob Thompson a lot of credit there. And he didn't think analytics. He sort of watched the game. He used he depending on what he saw, his eyes. He actually tried to play small ball a little bit, move runners. And now to his credit, the Phillies are still trying to steal bases. That's great. Because, the thing with the Phillies is if they don't hit home runs, they don't win. That's the bottom line. I mean, Dave Dombrowski ran back this team. This team is basically the same team that you had last year. Same team. And I had said, not just because the Phillies are starting off slow again, and why do they always start off slow? Can't they figure this out? If you run back the same team, you can expect the same problems. The thing is that the other teams around you are getting better. They use the offseason to improve. You run back the same team, you can expect the same results. The Phillies did not get to the World Series last year. Hello, McFly. Hello. They didn't get to the World Series. If Dave Dombrowski remembers, they lost in the playoffs. No matter how they lost those two heart-wrenching games at home to Arizona. No matter what, they still lost. Whether they would have got swept by Arizona 4-0 or they lose in 7 games, they lost. They did not get to the World Series. Yet, they run back the same team. I mean, come on. This team strikes out too much. We know that. So can you expect a different result? This team had trouble scoring runs often last year when they don't hit home runs. The same thing is happening again. The problems that the manager had in the playoffs last year using his bullpen, the same thing is happening again. Bryce Harper, I love Bryce Harper. I was there, just lucky enough to be there during 3 momentous occasions during Bryce Harper's Phillies career. When he hit his 300th home run against the Angels, obviously. Bedlam in the Bank, when he hit that key home run against San Diego, obviously. And when he hit that walk-off grand slam against the Cubs a couple of years ago, I was there. So I love Bryce Harper. But Bryce Harper is 0 for 11 to start the year. I think he's hurt. That's my personal opinion. It's no coincidence that he was complaining of his back in spring training. The manager gave him a few days off, right? Starts the season, it just doesn't look right. He takes a tumble into the dugout, claims he's okay. I'm not buying. I don't think Bryce Harper, and see, here's the reason why I think he's hurt, was because if you look at Bryce Harper's history, he usually starts off fast. When he was with the Nationals, he had tremendous Aprils where he's hitting like all these home runs by the end of April. And then he kind of tails off. For him to start off cold, 0 for 11, that just tells me that his skills haven't decreased over the year. It tells me that something's wrong. And we could say it's the contract. He's got that on his mind. He's got 8 years left on his freaking contract. And yet, you know what happened over the winter? He wanted an extension. Or more specifically, his agent, the evil Scott Boras, wanted an extension. And the Phillies, rightfully so, said, no. Are you kidding us? You've already got 8 years. You were happy with that contract when you signed it. You claim you were happy in Philadelphia. And play your contract out. Okay, maybe when we get down to the last 2 years or so, if you're still performing, maybe we'll extend you then. But now, no, just because your evil agent wants more money. They know they signed a bad contract. And come on, man, live with it. It's not like you're on food stamps or something, okay? You're getting paid very well. And start performing unless you're hurt. If you're hurt, say something, right? Maybe you need a little time away on the DL to rest your back. I don't know. I'm just saying, starting off 0 for 11, it's un-Bryce Harper-ish. So other than the poor performance by the manager so far, other than the bullpen, the bullpen's a dumpster fire, and Bryce Harper in the middle of your lineup isn't doing a damn thing. This offense, it is what it is. I mean, we said they strike out way too much, and I had said that one of the keys to this season is finding someone who can hit behind Bryce Harper, because the Diamondbacks found a way to deal with Bryce Harper and deal with the Phillies lineup. You pitch around Bryce Harper, you pitch around Trey Turner, maybe you give them a strike every at bat. Otherwise, they get so frustrated, they're going to start chasing balls in the dirt. They're going to start chasing balls over their heads or chasing balls away from them. That's the way you pitch to the Phillies. And if you walk them, and you let the next guy beat you, whether that be Realmuto, Bohm, Castellanos, that guy has to step up. All right, Bryce Harper, listen. You're the one who wanted to play first base, okay? And, it does make the Phillies feel better defensively. And with your back problem, it's probably a good thing that you're playing first base. Okay, a little sooner than expected. But you're the one who wanted to play first base. You're the one, supposedly, who told Dave Dombrowski, I'd rather play first base than go back in the right field. Okay, if that's the case, then perform, damn it. Let's be honest. You are the one, Bryce Harper. You're one of the reasons why Rhys Hoskins is not with the Phillies right now. There's no reason why Bryce Harper could have played right field. Castellanos plays left. Hoskins plays first or DHs. And you have a solid bat behind Bryce Harper, as we've seen. Rhys Hoskins just terrorized, destroyed the New York Mets over the weekend. Rhys Hoskins was the heart and soul of this team, too. I don't care what you say. Carl Schwarber, great guy, big in the clubhouse, blah, 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 blah. Rhys Hoskins, been here longer. The way he performed in the playoffs there with that big home run against Spencer Strider. The way he battled back from all these injuries. You know? I mean, he was the heart and soul of the Phillies. And you just let him walk away because Bryce Harper wants to play first base. All right, Bryce Harper, you got your wish. You're playing first base. So what are you doing? Right? Unless you're hurt, unless your back is really bothering you, you are not doing a damn thing. So let's step up, Bryce Harper, okay? Let's step up. Goodbye, Katie. That's a shit. Step up, Bryce Harper, okay? Please. I know it's a long season. It's cold. It's rainy. But get it together. You know, the Braves keep winning. You're falling behind the Braves. Why is it every year the Phillies have to catch the Braves? Oh, don't worry. Phillies, as long as the Phillies get into playoffs, don't beat the Braves, blah, 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 blah. Maybe. Or maybe it'll be a different year this year. We don't know. But it would be nice to see the Phillies win the division, at least compete in National League East, and give the Braves something to think about. You know, it's just frustrating. Because they could be so much better than what they are. And again, last point, I just think even before the season started, I mentioned it on here, I mentioned it on Twitter. I just have a funny feeling about running the same team back again, the same team that has problems striking out, the same team that doesn't win unless they hit a home run, the same team that has inconsistency throughout the lineup. Now, one good thing that happened last night, Christopher Sanchez is showing us that he's a keeper. He's going to be I think he's going to be a good, solid number 4 starter. Struck out 8 Reds last night. I think he's good, and I think he's just going to get better and better and better. So the Phillies have a solid starting 4. Let's see. Oh my God, they got the Spencer Turnbull pitching tonight. What the hell is he going to give them? You know? Let's see. He's the number 5 starter for that. I don't know. It's worrisome. And I hear you out there. It's only 4 games. It's a long season, blah, blah, blah. I get all that. And I'm not panicking. I'm just seeing a lot of red flags. And I'm seeing a lot of warning signs that say things aren't going to get better. You know, I got one thing. You know, this Johan Rojas guy, center fielder. They put him in last night, 8th inning, first and second, nobody out, 2-2 game. Phillies have a chance to take the lead, maybe win the game in regulation time. Johan Rojas is in the pinch run for Kyle Schwarber. Okay, it's all right. Rojas certainly has a lot of speed. What does he do? He gets picked off second. You have one job, Johan Rojas, It's the pinch run. One freaking job, and you get picked off at second base. That is unacceptable. I mean, not only is this guy overmatched at the plate, yes, bud, yes. Bud agrees. He's a hell of a defensive center fielder. And last night, they played Brandon Marsh in center field, who's a solid center fielder, but he doesn't have the speed of Rojas. And there was one ball that Cincinnati player hit the gap. Rojas was playing center field. He would have got that ball. Brandon Marsh couldn't reach it because he's not as fast. So that's where it hurts not having Rojas in the lineup. But he kills you. He kills you at the end of the lineup because he brings nothing to the table offensively. And then when you put him in the lineup, the base run, okay, and to score the potentially winning run, he gets picked off a second. Why? Because he's daydreaming. What else do you have to do? You're right, bud. You're right. I don't know about this guy. I think he needs more seasoning down in the minor leagues. Don't forget, they brought Rojas up last year straight from Reading. He skipped AAA because they needed somebody to play center field. Really bad. They brought Rojas up and he played a great center field. And he gave him a little bit at the plate too. He needs some seasoning. I wouldn't give up on him. He's a young kid. But he doesn't belong in the major leagues right now. For now, I would play Christian Pache in center or Brandon Marsh. Now, here's a thought out of the box. Maybe we need to think out of the box with this team a little bit. You have a kid down in the minor leagues who is your future center fielder, Justin Crawford. Oh. Yes, bud, yes. He's the son of Carl Crawford, great center fielder for the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. Justin Crawford probably is not ready, but he is your future center fielder. He is your future leadoff guy. He's got tons of speed, great defensive center fielder. What I'm saying is, if you're not having any satisfaction out of center field, if none of these guys, and it's such a key position because it's like the anchor of your defense. And whoever's hitting at the bottom of the lineup, without the pitcher hitting it, it blends into the top of the line. So it's really killing you. So a thought out of the box. Why not bring Justin Crawford up? He brought Rojas up. Other teams bring their star players up who are maybe only 20 years old. Look at the Braves. They brought Michael Harris III up a couple of years ago, and now he's a consistent player. A good, great player. Why not bring Justin Crawford up? Give him a chance. Don't lead him off, but hit him down at the bottom of the lineup. If he hits Dunn, then Schwarber, and then Turner. So you've got speed right there, right? And he's going to give you defense. And why not try it? No? I mean, what is Rojas giving you there? And if you're not going to play Rojas, play Christian Pache every day. Give him a chance. But, Thompson is so into these analytics and righty lefty. Look, he took Brandon Marsh out of the lineup a couple games over the weekend because he's so into this righty lefty shit. Come on, man. Give Christian Pache, who was a big time prospect for the Atlanta Braves before they traded him for Matt Olson to Oakland. Okay, if you're not going to play Rojas, if you think he needs more seasoning in the minor leagues, fine. Send him down, play Pache every single freaking day, and see if he can do it. If he can't do it by the end of May, maybe around Memorial Day, you got to make a decision. Maybe you bring Crawford up then and let him be your everyday center fielder. But if you're going to do it, commit to it. Okay? Don't play this guy one day and not another day. Okay, you gotta commit to it. I don't know what else to say. Phillies, do not make me wear this hat in the future. Look, Pittsburgh Pirates raised the Jolly Roger. They won again yesterday. The Buccos are 5-0 on the year. And I had told you, last year, Pirates got off to a fast start, but then their talented, big shortstop, Cruz, broke his ankle sliding in the home plate. And after that, things started going bad for Pittsburgh. This year, he's healthy. This year, the Pirates have a lot of their young draft picks. Pirates are very similar to the Orioles. For a long, long time, they've been picking very, very high in the draft. Orioles are better at talent evaluation and drafting. That's why the Orioles are where they are. But the Pirates have some really good young players. And they have a stud pitcher waiting in the wings, Paul Skeens, who's ready to come up at any time and become their ace. So Pittsburgh is 5-0. And it's no surprise to me. Now, they probably won't hang on all season. They probably need another year or two before they're real contenders. But they are playing really good ball. So I'm not a bandwagon jumper. I'm not going to become a Pirate fan. Don't worry about that. Phillies got to play better. All these home games, you're wasting all these home games. They have not even gone on the road yet. They will coming up this weekend. Haven't gone on the road yet. And you're losing 3 out of 4 games already. Come on, man. Wake up. All right. So that's my Philly spiel for today. Last thing I got to say before I leave today. There's a lot going on with this solar eclipse stuff. And we're going to talk more about that as the week goes on and as we get into next week. Apparently, it's going to be a big deal. It's like a once in every certain years kind of thing where the sun, the moon blots out the thing. And, I think the day what's it going to happen? Monday, Tuesday. The weather's been crappy here in Pennsylvania lately. And so they're predicting it's going to be a very nice day for the eclipse. Very nice eclipse watching. And here in southeastern Pennsylvania, we're not going to see the total effect. But what? He's pissed off. We're not going to see the total effect. But it's going to be like an 80% effect. So apparently at the height of the eclipse, like at 3:30 in the afternoon that day, it's going to get really dark here. The temperature is going to drop like 10 degrees. So if you're standing out there watching it, bring a sweater, okay? Make sure you have the good glasses because people are starting to get glasses. Actually, this is a big thing. I'm kidding about it. It's really a big thing. They said people are actually traveling there's a big swath, a big line plan going from Maine down to Louisiana, where people are going to be seeing this event. Total blackout, 100%. The closest we come to is like Erie, Pennsylvania, But it's a big deal. So people are getting their special glasses because you don't want to look at the sun without these glasses or else you're going to go blind. You don't want to do that. Come on. So people are preparing. And ABC News is actually going to cover this live for 2 hours in the middle of the afternoon. To me, it's like God is saying, all right, I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of stuff going on in the last few years. We have a guy who's pretending he's me, Trump. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do an eclipse. Something that hasn't happened since like 1478 or something. It won't happen again until like 2070, or something. All right, instead of the swarm of locusts, we're going to do a little eclipse for you people. And this is my side that start acting right. And maybe God will say, no, you know what? I'm not bringing the sun back. I'm going to keep the moon right there for maybe a day or two. That'll show you who's boss. That, that. I don't know. Anyway, to me, it's a pain in the ass because here's the thing. If it's really going to be nice that day, I think they're saying like 66 and sunny. Well, kind of sunny, because other than that time in the afternoon when the moon is blocking the sun out, what do you call that? Moony? Anyway, that's one less day I have to go out on the deck and get some much needed sun. I mean, look at me. I need to get some sun. Jesus. So for me, it's more of a pain in the neck, I don't plan on going out there. Glasses are not. We're looking at the freaking sun. I'm staying in the house where it's safe, and me and the dog, we just gotta hunker down and wait it out. I'm just saying. But anyway, it's a big thing, and we'll be talking more about the solar eclipse later in the week. There's all kinds of songs. Remember that song with Bonnie Tyler? She was really famous in the 80s. The total eclipse of the heart, not the sun. Anyway, we'll play some of that. All right, well, if they play tonight, God knows if they will, because it's supposed to rain in the next couple of days. Go Phillies. I hope you start getting your act together, because like I said, don't force me to start wearing this little ditty here, huh? Actually, I think I would look good in black. So there you go. And everybody have a great day. Stay warm and stay dry, huh? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, I heard that I saw I got a couple new subscribers. I'm up to 40 now. Thank you, whoever subscribed. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the daily show. I told you, once I get up to 1,000, it may take 1,000 years, but once I get up to 1,000, I'm going to tell you who that Hollywood star is who told me she didn't want to come on this fine show until I got up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to tell you who that was, and then you're going to know. That's right, Katie. It wasn't Katie. She comes on the show anytime, as long as I have treats for her. Tomorrow, tune in. It's our classic TV episode. What the hell? I got dogs all around me. Dogs to the left, dogs to the left. You hear me? Yeah? Stuck in the middle with you. Yes, sir. Stuck in the middle. I feel like I'm at the palace. Jesus. Hey, tomorrow. Oh, there she is. Tomorrow. We're having our classic TV show. I picked out a really good show for you guys. Remember last week we did Lost in Space, and it was one of our best viewed episodes ever. And you want to see Katie? There she is. Hi, Katie. Hi. I love doing these classic TV shows. Brings back a lot of memories. I find a lot of trivia stuff. Who knows what I'm picking tomorrow, but I tell you what, I already did the research. I got a great show for you guys tomorrow. It's a beloved show. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. Now look at this little woman coming over. She's going to tap me on the shoulder. Go ahead, Katie, tap me before we go. Daddy, come on. Come on, Daddy. Sign off. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. All right, then, everybody. Tune in tomorrow to our classic TV show. And meanwhile, I'm going to the dogs. And I think it's time for us to talk. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Go Phillies! See you tomorrow. Take care. Peace and love. Bye for now. Say bye, Katie.
Bye bye.